and Abhishek. Let's start with the game at Villa Park. The final score between United and Aston Villa was 0-0. It could have been worse. We expected a complete thrashing by Aston Villa, but there were some positives. United's defensive organization was better. They maintained shape throughout the game. Villa did not have any good chances. And me and Rohit have talked about Ten Hag getting sacked after the Villa game in the past, but it seems that will not be the case. And even the lineup was a bit strange because what Ten Hag did was he benched three of his important players. Delict did not play, Martinez did not play, and Ugarte did not play. Instead, he started Johnny Evans and he played Eriksen in the midfield. But Rohit, do you think this is a red herring before the inevitable exactly? Because even though the game was 0-0, there were no attacking patterns. We completely relied on Rashford and Garnacho on the flank to take 2-3 players at a time. And in the end, we did not create anything.
No, I agree. It's basically us clutching at straws. If you're being honest, in terms of the only thing that I maybe saw today that I did not see in the Spurs game was just the fact that your back four was a little more compact, your wingers were tracking back, but the very fact that we're talking about containing a team and we're talking about defensive solidity, we're talking about shape, we're talking as if we played Bayern Munich away, we're talking as if we were playing Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, we were playing Villa. So I mean that just shows where I think the expectations are, where a 0-0 result away from home has us grinding out in midfield, us playing the sort of game that you would imagine, Fergie's United would have played like once in the whole season when he played away in Europe. But we're playing that sort of a game, in the league against a team which, we at least should have been on the front foot. I'm not saying we'll go out and beat them, but no, we weren't on the front foot. No, we didn't really have a great attacking pattern, as you said. I think our centre forwards struggled big time. I thought Højlund was poor. I thought Zirkzee was, if possible, even worse than Højlund up front. Garnacho did very little. And I think apart from that, I know I'm Mangesh, I leave it to you to talk about the positives because you're the more positive between the two of us, if that's even possible. But I thought today I was, and I think that's something we touched upon, in the last episode as well. I was again very disappointed by Bruno.
Yeah.
I think again the positions that I don't understand. I do not understand. He goes around like a headless chicken at times. He won't drop deep and help out Mino and Eriksen when he has to. He won't go up and try to play a quick pass to his wingers when he needs to. So he does the exact opposite. If he has Garnacho free, you will see him just dwindling away on the ball doing nothing. If he sees Højlund free, he won't play him and he'll just try to do something very different and lose the ball. So I think Bruno Fernandes is struggling. And I hope we get to see Mason Mount or Christian Eriksen in the 10 role. Ten Hag has been talking about rotating everyone. Maybe it's time to start rotating the captain.
But this rotation bit is quite baffling. So I remember when Benitez joined Liverpool, didn't Liverpool play 40 games with different formation, if I'm not mistaken, at one point? And everyone, he was under the hammer by the press, by his own fans. And there was Ferguson was playing same team for 10, 12 games on the bounce, and he was getting results. And Benitez wasn't. So I don't understand what this obsession with rotation is. Is this just a cover up for not knowing your best team? That really baffles me, because after Crystal Palace game, we thought there were some positives. There were some attacking patterns, but after Palace game, not I think we have played 3 games after Palace, and in 3 games we played differently. In 3 games we played different teams. So I have no idea what Ten Hag is exactly trying to do.
No, and
have any positives right now. I can't think of any positives right now.
No, and speaking of baffling, I know Abhishek might want to step in talking about Liverpool and what they did. But speaking of baffling, the man played Casemiro and Ericsson in a midfield two against Porto. How in God's name do you play two dinosaurs against a Porto team that is a young midfield, very energetic, and a game where we start off lead 2-0? We forgot about that. We don't usually speak about European games, but that was as baffling a display as any other. You went 2-0 up. You simply relinquished control. We were horrid in that game. Horrid. Garbage. We were total garbage in that game. And even today, I mean, as I said, it's I see a lot of sort of like we are throwing water on a fire and stuff like that. But that's how low the expectations are. That we are not celebrating. I get that, but we are happy when we've come out with a 0-0 draw with hardly. I can't remember apart from the Bruno free kick that hit the post. I don't remember us really creating anything or Rashford or Garnacho. Just shots that Martinez parried away easily. It wasn't a great game.
It was
And
absolutely rubbish.
and what you said, what Mangesh said, I think that is true. I don't think he knows his best 11 at all. There is no chance. And I feel like at this point, he might have started the season knowing ki, oh yeah, this is my best 11, but it has not worked. And now it seems like rotation is just another word for, he's just trying everything that he can at this point to see what sticks, what actually works. And that's what it feels like, because it's like, as you said, Portugal game, he did some weird formation. He played Casemiro and Ericsson in the middle against Porto. Like, what did you expect to happen? And I mean, I don't know. I feel bad. I don't feel bad for United or United fans at all. But it is quite it's quite a bad situation. Something, the I read today, by the way, stat of the day. So this is apparently United's worst start to a season in the Premier League. They've got 8 points after 7 Premier League games. And do you know whose record they broke?
I can take it.
Eric Ten Hag's start of the season from last year.
Last season, yeah. Yeah. That's not even surprising.
Yeah.
Today, I have decided to one up Abhishek on his stat of the day. I have another stat of the day on United's bench today was worth 330 million, composed of 6 outfield players that were signed by Ten Hag himself. Delict, Lisandro Martinez, Ugarte, Joshua Zirkzee, and Anthony. 6 players you have signed. You're not playing them. You're playing Evans. You're playing Maguire. You're playing Dalot. None of whom you've signed. That speaks a lot. That does speak a lot.
18-19 Leicester City centre back pairing started for United today.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
He doesn't know his team. He's still not figured out a formation. He still doesn't. We still don't have any sort of an attacking identity. It was nothing performance, honestly. It was just a flat, functional performance that you would associate with a mid-table team, which is what we are at. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but to be honest, like on paper, I mean, I always think that you have a good squad. It's not like you have a bad team. On paper, when you see you have Delit, you have Martinez, you have I don't know who, Maguire, and who else is centre back?
Lindelof.
Not Johnny
Lindelof.
Evans, Lindelof. Okay,
Lindelof.
but on paper, it's not a bad squad. I mean, I think he has lost the dressing room first of all, but because there was some talk about Rashford substitute kiya, and then he had some bad reaction to it. It kind of looks like he's lost the dressing room. There was also a video going around on Twitter about Van Nistelrooy and Ten Hag. Sort of, it looked like they were arguing about something while they were sitting and talking, and so I mean, I don't know. I mean, I hope he stays for many more years to come, honestly. But unfortunately, I feel like it is coming to an end. His own era is coming to an end.
But you know what? I just want to spend maybe a minute talking of Villa, because we've been talking of United and they were flat. I think they've just spent all their. I mean, look, they've not really been in the big time for decades, and for them to be facing Bayern Munich at Villa Park, huge thing and all that. But even keeping that aside, you look at the sort of runs that Morgan Rogers, Leon Bailey, all of these guys make. You could see them trying. You could see them trying something that has come off the training ground.
Yeah.
Like how say Luca Digne, he makes those runs, and you can see the likes of Bailey and the young guy, what's his name, Gino, whatever his name is. Those guys, you can see them occupying certain positions on the field again and again and again. You can see them trying patterns with their fullbacks again and again and again, which is clearly off the training ground. I couldn't tell you one instance where Rashford and Dallo or Mazraoui and Garnacho tried to do something more than once. I couldn't tell you one instance, which says a lot, right? I mean, do we say Morgan Rogers is a better number 10 than Bruno Fernandes? No. But does he play to a game plan and seem more effective than Bruno Fernandes? 100%.
Most certainly. And
Yeah.
what concerns me is we are expecting Kobe Mainu, who is just 19, to get us out of all the jams, while Bruno Fernandes is arguing with every possible player, or including his own team, on the field. Kobe Mainu is just 19. He needs more protection.
I love
Who's
how
next?
United fans have turned on Bruno now. By the way, I love
Sorry.
it. I love how United fans have turned on Bruno slowly and steadily. I mean, I
No, but
think he's a quality player still, but
yeah, he's a fantastic
his
player.
his
Yeah.
his continuous whining, right,
Yeah.
is ridiculous. It's really bad.
No, and my thing with Bruno is that guy, I don't think he listens to anyone. I don't think he follows instructions. Honestly, I'm nothing against Bruno. I love the guy. He's uh, without a doubt the best signing post for him.
Absolutely.
I used to. I mean, for me, it was Latan straight because we won two trophies and he did what he did and all of that. But if there's one unequivocal success, it's been Bruno. I mean, I don't think there's anybody else who you can say has been. But at the same time, he's not a system player. And we're talking about a coach from Ajax. We're talking about say Rude, or these are all system coaches.
Yeah.
You can't have a loose cannon that's imagine ये wing पे नहीं मैं बोर हो गया मैं भी उधर भाग रहा हूँ. You can't have that. You can't do that in modern football. We don't play that sort of football anymore.
But he is a system coach who doesn't have any system anymore. He doesn't have any system.
That's the sad part.
And that's the sad part. I mean, I think I don't see him succeeding. I don't see him doing anything at United now.
He's won two trophies. Huh? He's won two trophies. He's told that to us 6 million times in each press conference.
I don't get why he did that. He kept saying, "Oh, but we won the most trophies after City in the last 2 years." Yeah, okay, the last 2 years. What does that matter, really?
That shows how defensive he is right now, right? He's got nothing
And
to.
that's like Mourinho counting Community Shield as trophy. So after winning the Europa League, he kept pointing three.
No, but that's a Jose thing. You look
Yeah.
at Jose and you can expect Jose to do that to
Yeah.
get under people. Say this guy is being serious. When this guy comes out and you know how Jose is, right? He'll just say something for effect. He say something because he knows he's going to get under your skin. Ten Hag, I think he truly believes that those two trophies that he's taking the club forward. That's my problem. He's somewhere in La La Land. He's a little delusional. I think.
Okay. One last point before we move to Liverpool game. I think Johnny Evans was absolutely fantastic.
Sure, 100%.
And lot of people made fun of not Ten Hag or the club or the state of the club. Of course, Johnny Evans shouldn't have been in the club in the first place. But he was absolutely fantastic. He was our best player last night. I mean, that is the only
I didn't
positive
watch the
I
match, but I heard he got man of the match, right?
He was very good. Honestly, Ollie Watkins was just taking random shots throughout the game.
Right.
Not once was Ollie Watkins, and you know how he plays. He's very direct. We saw him in the Euros. I didn't see the guy do anything. Nothing of note. Nothing of note. Oh, by the way, just one shout out to a player that I have championed. I think Andre Onana has had a very good start to the season.
Yeah.
I think he's improved in his positioning. I think some of the shot stopping has been good, and his distribution continues to be good. So
I don't think he's improved his positioning. I think he's made some really good saves, but the goal he conceded firstly against Liverpool and then in the Europa League, sorry, not Champions League, just make in the Europa League that the one where Ericsson gave the ball away,
Hmm.
if you remember. That was incredibly bad positioning. I don't think he has. I think he has improved from last year, most definitely, but his positioning, it still seems to be bad.
We're clutching at straws, so let us keep clutching.
But then, to be honest, right, I want to talk about Aston Villa because I said this last time also. They haven't played a big team yet, except for Arsenal, which they lost, and they played
Yeah.
Bayern Munich. And you saw the Bayern Munich goal, right? It was
Yeah.
Manuel Neuer being Manuel Neuer.
No,
He,
yeah.
yeah, but when I saw Villa 2 weeks back, and I thought they were doing nothing, absolutely nothing. They got one goal, or I don't know who they were playing, but they won at the end somehow. And I didn't think they were playing that great, and that's why I kind of feel like, actually, last time I should have said, I was quite confident that they will not get the point against United. I know, because I feel like, and we'll see how they do. Maybe they'll prove me wrong, and maybe they'll go on to have a better results. But so far, it's the same like Liverpool, right? So Liverpool hasn't played a top team yet. But so has Aston Villa, apart from Arsenal.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they actually do.